Hey guys, how you doing? Good morning, I'm Yalek, and in today's video we are going to cover a couple of hits that I've done. I had already made a video because I was just going to do subtitles like I sometimes do. Takes a little bit longer, but you don't have to listen to my voice, but whatever. Anyway, I had attacked this guy, Vasky, and made a critical mistake he had made a critical mistake in his base design. And so this is something I harp on all the time, and this will be probably like installment 27 in my series about not clustering your defenses. And so I had that video recorded, and I was ready to work on it later. And then I come across this base, Bogeyman, same mistake. So I figured rather than do the subtitle thing in two different hits, I just run you through these bases. And so we have the Rifleman Life Leech tribal ability right now, which is obviously going to be good for me. Also extra artillery damage, which is good for everybody. Unless you're trying to defend, in which case, well, whatever. Anyway, so this guy has clustered his ranged towers. Actually, he's done a bunch of clustering. He's got all one-hitters out like around the fringes of his base, and he's clustered most of his splash stuff and continuous damage stuff back here, and in the middle he's put all of his range stuff, and that's a bad idea. So I'm looking at these 5 towers here, plus this one, which is somewhat of a factor, but namely the rocket launchers, shock launchers, and I'm thinking, wow, I can just park my troops in the middle of these two huge blind spots. Those two are then negated. They become non-factors. They can't shoot at me, so I don't have to worry about them. And I always have the GBE, even with ice people. Well, yeah, even with ice people, I always have the GBE to BART out 2 towers. So let's say I remove these 2. Okay, so these 2 are out of play. These 2 are out of play. Now that means I have just this cluster of stuff to deal with back here, and that can all be easily shocked. Alright, that sounds like a plan. So, removing the rocket launchers, shock launchers, as described. Perfect. And then the hardest part about this hit is, trying to get this collection of troops into some kind of a walking formation, which doesn't start off ideally here, but I sort of use the midway flare to pull them together. A little sloppy around the edges, but I really don't care because the damage is actually good there. It gives the medics something to do so that they stay up with my other troops. And then off we go. There's that shock. The middle of the base just vaporizes pretty much as soon as my troops come out of smoke. And we just keep shocking back here. That's it. Very easy. Critters for distraction. Couple times here my troops start to wander, so I pull them in where I want them here, and then some of my troops start heading back this way. Not really worried about it though, because I've got a lot of troops over here. They're doing very good damage, and those guys back there are not really in too much danger. It's mainly one-hitters. They took down a machine gun, and they are getting me more GBE, but finally comes to a point here where I would like for those troops to be over here helping with the main job, which is, taking out the HQ. So a reflare, and from this point it's pretty much elementary. I've got a lot of troops, and he's got not a lot of defenses. And boom, down goes Vasky, I believe. Very easy. Oh, at the end of the video I shot Everspark. Use the artillery. I like to do that when I have the GB for it. Just a little joke I throw in there. So, anyway, that was Vasky. I think he was 2 ice. I don't know about boost. This guy is at least 3 ice. There's a Guardian there, and 1 boosting. Not a huge concern there, but it wasn't even a question of ice. I mean, this is a horrible base design for someone at this level, because exactly the same thing. All I have to do is get my troops up in this area, and once again, a shock, and I can remove this tower and this tower with my GBE, and we're good to go. Almost exactly the same plan, just a slightly different arrangement. The one thing I didn't like about this hit is that on the previous hit I used the midway flare to pull my troops together a little bit more, and I didn't on this, so the walk ended up getting very strung out and kind of sloppy. But by the time I realized it was a problem, it was a bit late. So there are a couple mines there, and my troops are going to hit them. That's okay. Again, I would like a little bit of damage to happen. Not a lot, the riflemen get the mines, but just a little bit of damage, and then that way the emetics will chase after. Come out of smoke, just blasting through all of this stuff. Easy shocks. The towers that are, a concern to this troop formation are dying rapidly. A reflare is pretty much that machine gun, and we're good to go. It's just too easy. So, and this in both of these cases, direct result of the player having clustered together ranged towers. That's just like paving the way for me to do this. And then we have Boogeyman, and Boogeyman goes boom also, and Everspark gets shot again. Just cause. Anyway, don't do that with your defenses. Spread them out. Don't put too much of one thing in any one area. It's a big mistake, and it will open the door for somebody to attack you and make it look easy. That was a very easy attack with pretty minimal losses too. I mean, 25 riflemen, but only 8 Zookas, 4 heavies, 2 medics. I mean, don't make it easy for me, because I will take advantage. Anyway, that's all I've got for you today, and hopefully you will be able to go out and find bases exactly like this, because guess what? Bad base designs are everywhere. So enjoy them. Anyway, I'm out. Like the video, thumbs up. You know how that works. Take care.